Section 9.7, the words before and after in time clauses. They ate dinner before I arrived. We ate dessert after I arrived. The subject is they, the verb is ate, and dinner. That's the main clause of the sentence. It's also a complete sentence. But before I arrived, I is the subject and arrived is the verb, is a time clause. A time clause is not a complete sentence. They ate dinner. The main clause, before I arrived, is the time clause. If the time clause comes first, it's preceded by a comma. Before I arrived, they ate dinner. A time clause must connect with the main clause. It cannot stand alone. The thought is incomplete. They ate dinner before I arrived. The main clause is they ate dinner. Before I arrived is the time clause. Same sentence. Before I arrived, they ate dinner. Before I arrived is the time clause. They ate dinner is the main clause, or the most important part of the sentence. Before I arrived, comma, they ate dinner. Before I arrived is the time clause. We ate dessert after I arrived. After I arrived is the time clause. The form with before comes first, then the subject and the verb, and after comes first, and the subject and the verb in time clauses. We ate dessert after I arrived. We ate dessert is the main clause. After I arrived is the time clause. Same sentence. After I arrived, comma, we ate dessert. I read a book after dinner. After dinner is a prepositional phrase because after is a preposition. I watched TV before dinner. Before dinner is a prepositional phrase because the word before is a preposition. After plus a noun and the word before plus a noun are called prepositional phrases. Before we moved to Maryland, we lived in California. What's the time clause? Before we moved to Maryland. And the main clause, we lived in California. What's the time clause is, I studied very hard before the test. Before the test tells when, and the main clause is I studied very hard. What's the time clause in after we studied, we went out? After we studied in the time is the time clause. And the main clause is we went out.